Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. If you're new here, hello, I'm Melissa. Today, I'm going to be watching episode 9 of And Just Like That. We are almost there, y'all. I believe there's a total of 11 episodes in this season 2, so our time together is almost over. Although it's not over because I'm going to be doing commentary for other shows, so stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing which ones I'll be doing. Let's see. I feel like as the season has been progressing, my ratings have just gone down. Yeah. Well, let me watch this one right now and then I'll catch you guys soon. Hey, I just finished watching episode 9. I missed the title. So we are immediately introduced to the fact that Carrie has already gone up to Virginia and she has visited Aiden's kids. And I am disappointed that we did not get to see. I feel like that would have been a good moment to see her meet the children. I feel like during this season, I have said this a lot about certain scenes. Is it budget cuts? Did somebody have COVID? Who knew? But it seems like she still needs time to make her way in there and make nice and just to have the children get used to her, which is completely understandable when there is a blended family and like step parents or uh, whatever Carrie would be are involved. Things can get a little bit, it could be a slippery slope. So I found that realistic. Aiden still cannot bring himself to go to the apartment. I can't believe they went with this traumatized storyline. So they are getting kicked out of Shay's Airbnb, even though they're not really getting kicked out, but they got like a scary letter saying you've already exceeded, your amount of time there. So now they have to find a new place because, the Airbnb is a no-go. Carrie's apartment is a no-go. So then this urges Carrie to sell her beloved apartment. Will she really do it? Are we really never going to see it ever again? I feel like it's another character in a Sex and the City legacy. So I'm a little sad about it, but she really wants Aiden to feel happy and safe, and she wants a place that they can go to and make a home for themselves in New York. So she tells Seema that she is ready to sell her apartment for real this time, and she goes out to see other places, and we are introduced to this larger, beautiful apartment, and it is big, and not just for her and Aiden, but she's also thinking about his children for when they come to visit, which is oh so sweet. Later on in the episode, Carrie tells Aiden, hey, I have found this place for me to buy. This also means that I'm going to be selling my old apartment. And then he's taken aback by this because he knows how much she loves that neighborhood and that place. And he even tells her, hey, don't do this for me. You need to be able to make that decision for you because I know how you feel about that. And I kind of agree. I mean, like, girl, what if that new relationship goes south again for a third time? Like, what are you going to do? I mean, granted, she's like a rich widow, so she will be fine, but she's like changing her whole life for this man. But, she's in love, so it's a thing that happens. Love is blind. I do love this part where he tells her that they probably will hurt each other because a little rewind here. Kathy, who was Aiden's ex-wife, visits Carrie and asks Carrie very respectfully to not write about her kids, which is very understandable. And Carrie hears her and tells her she will not do that. And then Kathy also tells Carrie to not hurt Aiden again. And I'm just like, girl, he is a grown man. Isn't he in his 50s now? Like, he needs to be able to work through some things. I don't know. Am I being insensitive again? I don't know. I think there needs to be some more like therapy session episodes because he just is going around being hurt about stuff that has happened over a decade ago, which I know like things turn into scars and they don't ever really leave you, but I don't know. So then Carrie brings up that conversation and then Aiden tells her, look, you will hurt me. I will hurt you. We'll get pissy, but that's life. We'll work it out. I love this. I thought this is one of the most powerful lines of the show so far because it is so real. It's unrealistic to think that people won't hurt you, especially the ones that you are close to. They are able to hurt you because you guys share so much and because you guys are so close to each other. What happens is you have to find a way to communicate with each other and work through things. So that was my favorite line of the episode so far. And I was really touched by it because it's true. It's just, you're gonna go through life being hurt and getting your feelings hurt. We see Shay is still working at the vet office. They are just down and still kind of depressed, I guess. But in walks a fan that recognizes them, and there is a flirtation that happens. And this flirtation is the thing that Shay needed to get the creative juices flowing because they want to impress this potential new love partner with their comedy. So they are going to be creating a new comedy set, which is good. I would love to see Shay get back on their feet because that's how we were introduced to them. And it's kind of, kind of sad and lame seeing them work at this vet office when we know they had kind of big dreams, and this is kind of a way for them to, get back to the drawing board and figuring out a way of how they can make their dreams happen. So hopefully that comes into fruition. I believe for weeks now, I have been saying that I want to see Naya living her best life. And you know what? She is. She is the one getting all the sexy time in this episode. She is banging some white dude. I kept waiting for them to say who this guy is. I'm really hoping it's not one of her students just because, feel like that could be somewhat of a bad look in a post-Me Too world. So hopefully he is not her student, but I'm happy to see she's getting her groove back until, she does the whole stalking my ex on Instagram. Well, I guess she wasn't really stalking her ex on Instagram, but she is scrolling down Instagram and then she sees what she sees. She should have unfollowed him, just take away all the baggage from your life, unfollow, but she didn't. She sees that the ex naturally has moved on, but not just moved on. Him and his new partner are pregnant, or, she's pregnant. And this kind of throws Nia for a loop. She kicks out her hookup buddy so she could be in her feelings, which is fine. I think it's realistic. Again, you have that moment where you realize, oh crap, okay, like this is real. This is happening. They have moved on. Let me just feel my feelings. And hopefully, though, this doesn't set her back and make her feel bad and sad. I think those feelings are natural in the moment, but I want to see her continue living her best single life and figuring her stuff out because I have always just wanted the best for Naya. We see some kind of like marital bliss being erupted between certain couples like Lisa and Herbert, and also Charlotte and Harry. So both of these wives in this relationship are still working. Charlotte is a woman who just got back to work, and because she's not home as much, she is off doing her job and whatnot. So things at home are a little bit cuckoo and crazy, and Harry's finding it a lot to handle and is a bit overwhelmed, and he feels like, well, where were you? Why are you coming home so late? Dinner's not ready. I needed help from the kids. And it's just like complaining. It's like, are you or are you not a partner in this relationship as well? Sometimes you're going to be doing this and I'm going to be doing that. So I was just a little bit annoyed, but I guess that is a realistic argument in a marriage. And then we kind of see similar things with Herbert and Lisa, where Lisa just keeps falling asleep every 3 seconds. She is missing certain things and he's feeling annoyed and he's complaining about his dinner again. And then we find out Lisa is pregnant. Oh my goodness. And she tells Herbert this right before he has to give a speech at the party that happens in this episode. And he can't even give his speech because he is so shocked. Like, who announces that right before somebody has to give a speech? So we'll see how that plays out. Giuseppe and Anthony are still going strong. I find it so cute how much Giuseppe is into Anthony. So they have been dating for a bit now. I think now they're on their like 5th date. And Giuseppe, he is so forward and very honest, but in a way where it's kind of charming, which is, kind of like a talent, because he straight up tells Anthony that he is ready to go upstairs with him. But Anthony is like, no, I don't do that. I'm kind of shy, so it's not happening. And then it's revealed that Anthony feels like he's being used because he feels certain that Giuseppe just wants a green card. But then later on, Giuseppe lets him know that I don't need a green card. So this makes Anthony realize that, oh crap, Giuseppe wants me for me. There are no other, agendas. So then This gives him free reign to go with his feelings and finally hook up with the man at the party that Charlotte is throwing, which is a cute couple moment. Hopefully, Giuseppe doesn't screw Anthony over, because I am team happiness and romance, and everybody deserves a happy ending. Okay, who else totally saw it coming that Brady and, my God, I'm forgetting her name. Oh, Lily would hook up? I saw that coming, because there's this, especially since we saw in this season that Lily has already been experiencing and has lost her virginity, and we know that Brady is single. So Miranda really wants Brady to feel motivated to go to this program in Costa Rica instead of just working at some fast food place. And because Lily is seen as a very driven person, Miranda asks Charlotte for a favor. She wants Lily to spend some time with Brady to help motivate him so that he wants to go to college. And then it's like, you're just inviting for like a fuck fest to happen between your children. It's like, I knew that was going to happen. Well, hopefully it works. Hopefully she is good for him and motivates him to do other things besides flipping burgers and try to, do something with his life. I think maybe after his breakup, maybe he's feeling a little bit lost in life after his first heartbreak, and Lily can help him get there faster. So I think one of my favorite characters of this show is Seema, and she is showing the big hotshot producer Ravi around. I think it is noted that they have been looking at apartments for about 3 weeks now, because he is going to be shooting a new movie in New York, so he needs a place to stay. And then in this episode, she shows him a certain apartment and he still acts unsatisfied, and she's just getting like super impatient with him, and she calls him out on it. And then he lets her know that, well, if I had agreed to the first apartment, then I wouldn't have spent so many afternoons with you. So, okay, he's putting his flirting game on, which I appreciate. He's a very good looking man. That was a good line. But then she's not so easily impressed. She tells him, yeah, okay, basically you're full of shit. Where's the action? And he's like, oh, you want action? And then he takes her in his arms and he kisses her. And then they bang in the apartment where her realtor partner is also still there somewhere. But, obviously it's a large enough apartment that I guess the partner does not hear Seema having sex with Ravi. And I was rooting for this. I want Seema, I want everyone to find happiness, as I've been saying. So she is convinced that it's just a fun sex thing. But then Carrie points out to Seema that Ravi has not been able to take his eyes off of her. So I hope we see a little bit more development with that relationship. Maybe some more like one-on-one situations that are not just sex scenes, but actual dates, actual conversations, because that's always my favorite part of these romantical stories, is when you can actually see the couple falling for each other. So I want to see Seema happy. I want to see Seema out there finding the love of her life as well, especially since what was revealed last episode, feeling like a little bit sensitive about, not having had that in her life yet, which I think is something that's super relatable for the perpetually single people out there. So it is time for me to rate this episode. I would say I liked it, not loved it, but because I enjoyed this more than I think like the last two, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 flowers. If you guys don't know, I do flowers instead of stars because flowers are very much a part of Carrie's wardrobe throughout the entire series and movies. It is like her thing. So that's why I do flowers. Thank you guys so much for checking this video out. We're almost done with this season. I can't believe it. It's been so many weeks. I will be doing commentary for other shows this year. Well, who knows when they will come out because of what's going on in the world, but I'll be doing commentary for Bridgerton season 3 and also Sex Lives of College Girls, which also airs on Max. So if you guys are liking this content and you want to stay tuned, hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up. That really helps me out, and I'll catch you guys next time.